Well, today on Nation, Window Cleaners Podcast, we're talking all about increasing your company. How to make more money cleaning windows. If you're in business at all, thinking about getting into business, or heck, just want to be more efficient and make more money, this is going to be a good episode for you. So stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. What's up? Hopefully, you have a look around. You enjoy the place if it's your first time. 8 years of content if you've been here forever. And if you're one of the OGs, the original gangsters, who has listened to every episode, what's up? Let me know, because I would love to know who's out there. Also, by the way, all of our shows, I didn't really talk about this, I got to start mentioning it, but are brought up by people who have sent messages and things. So if you have ideas for shows, please do let me know. Shoot me a text, all that good stuff. Anyway, I want to start off by giving a couple quick shout outs. You guys know I'm a rep for windowcleaner.com. That's how I make money. 3 of the most awesome people out there. First off, Paul Thompson. What's up, man? Isaac Lopez. This is one of the OGs, Isaac Lopez. And Trevor Lukes. What's up, Trevor? Just 3 people who are phenomenally awesome, who buy from me and make me be able to live and eat food and pay for heat, which I'm always cold. Anyway, today's episode is exactly that. It's how to make more money cleaning. Like how to make more money. And there's a lot of ways, obviously, but I am more the type of person who wants to talk about concepts, okay? I am always down to talk shop with anybody and everybody, anytime. I talk to 100 window cleaners a week, at least. That is every single week, and I've done this now for a decade. I've worked for WCR. It's one of the most common questions. This is probably one of the most requested shows, too, is kind of to work on this part, and there's pieces of it, right? I could be like, well, be more efficient. But that's not really what this is about. This episode is going to be more about things that you can do to increase how much you're making. Like if I just tell you, like, be faster, like you're like, okay. Like it kind of can get a little bit removed, right? So I want to let you know the concepts of what you're doing for you to make the kind of decision. Then I hope you're out in the field now. I hope you're making money. I hope you're not freezing your butt off. There's only been snow in one state so far that I saw, unless I missed it. So it's coming though. It's coming fast. So what we need to do is work on ourselves, work on our company. A lot of new people too don't quite know this until they get into it, and they're like, well, I don't know. These other guys are making so much money. I'm not making that much money. It's like, well, yes, because you didn't fall into perfect. Right? There's changes and differences and things you got to look at all the time. But how do you actually make more money when it comes to window cleaning? And then the first one I'm going to start off with is the obvious, and it's to be faster. But hold on. I don't mean just be faster as cleaning windows. That instead of going like this, you go like this. I mean, that's part of it, obviously. But there's so many things that make you faster. Now, I'll tell you with 1,000% certainty, people will get faster the more they clean. When you start, it is very rare for somebody to be like incredibly fast out of the gate with like a scrubber and squeegee. But there's things that you can do to speed up the process. Now, you know WaterFed is going to double your speed. I'll tell you kind of briefly about that in a second, but that's not just the only thing. If you're doing inside, if you're doing route, if you're doing anything with a scrubber and squeegee, you have to be faster at that too, right? So here's quick tips in that. And it's the T-bar size can go up to an 18. An 18 will fit in any rectangle bucket that's standard, not a compact. And it doesn't matter your technique of scrubbing, because the scrubbing is just getting the solution on the glass if the windows are halfway clean, right? Scrubber size matters as much as, you know, your girlfriend has told you. But the thing is, is that a lot of people go with a 14. That might be what their channel is. That's what they're using, and the squeegee, and then they go. Using a bigger scrubber is going to help, but it's not just the size of the scrubber, it's the composite of the scrubber. Do you wonder why there is 50 different sleeves out there? Like if you're still using a Golden Glove or any of these basic non-abrasive sleeves, that's cool. They probably hold a ton of water. You might be used to them, but what if you get to a scrubber sleeve that scrubs better? If it scrubs better, then instead of 10 scrubs to get something off the glass, it takes 2. People sometimes don't think about that. They're like, well, I want a lot of water. Well, I guess, sort of, but you also want to scrub the stuff off the glass, right? So to start off, look at getting into a sleeve that's going to be a little bit more aggressive. Now, there's the Fugu by Mormon. I really like that one. It's got the little fibers in it. I get the most common question when talking about the Fugu or the Hedgehog by Maker or the Porcupine by Ettore is, oh, I don't want those. Those will scratch. It says it'll scratch tint, and that's like just a general warning that crappy tint. All my windows are tinted. No, they're interiorly tinted. Like if it's from the factory, it's in between the panes. There's nothing's going to damage that. It's in between the panes. You're never touching it. It's just mentioning that if you have a crappy film on the exterior of a window, like the face of the window, it may scratch. I've never had that happen myself. I've never dealt with real bad tint, but it's a warning. So don't be scared of that, but understand that those sleeves scrub so much better than anything else. Also, drop down one. If you're like, I don't really like the fiber thing, go into a ninja sleeve, right? Go into something that's aggressive, but holds a lot of water, and it's not the most aggressive. Just making that one little change, see how that does. A, do they do better, less callbacks? Or B, do they go faster? Both of those things help. If you say also that, okay, I need to have a bigger channel, we'll say. That one's really also tricky because a bigger channel makes it a little bit more or a little bit less convenient to actually get the windows clean. So going with like a 24-inch or 36-inch channel does not necessarily make you faster. It's like the right thing, right? I will go faster fanning than I will with straight pulls in a bigger channel because I have less detailing. Detailing is the time, right? Really look at the gear. If you got guys out there and you're like, well, this guy's always slow, what if? Maybe he's just focusing too much on the glass. You could let him know not to, but then also get him a different sleeve. If you need a scrubber like a walnut pad or you have Technopad can have a walnut pad, steel wool, all of those things where if you have them on you and you see something, the guys will go to that, they'll hit that real quick. There's companies out there that will hit every window with a walnut pad. That's just like part of their process, which is cool if that's something that you do. But it's up to you and kind of how you do that, okay? Making the right tool for the right job makes sense. This is where WaterFit comes in. I won't talk on that because every time I do, people go, well, that's because you sell WaterFit systems. Yeah, I do and love WaterFit. WaterFit's the greatest tool you could possibly get for window cleaning. It will double your time in anything you would have a normal ladder out. It'll be faster for your guys. It will have a faster learning curve. It will get guys making you money faster. It's undeniable. But costs money. When and if you're ready for the WaterFed jump, that will be a game changer for your company. But understand that, yes, they can work faster. They can scrub faster. They can pay attention. They can go to the next window. They can go to the next job. They can go to the truck. They can get their gear. Lots of efficiencies in how they clean, but let's assist them. Let's get them the scrapers they need. Let's get them a sleeve that's a little bit more abrasive, right? There's a lot of pieces to that speed thing that don't just involve water fed. And on top of speed, say you're incredibly fast, well, how do you raise your average ticket? There's a few ways. One of them is add-ons. Add-ons is huge. Add-ons are the other services that you're doing. Now, I know this episode is called How Do You Increase Your Money Window Cleaning? We're talking about other things, but if somebody has you there for window cleaning, have you thought about gutter cleaning? Have you thought about screen repair? Maybe there's screen cleaning. Maybe there's track cleaning. There are other things that are involved with that you can raise that. Now, you're increasing your tickets and you're already at the job. There's no drive time. So if my hand's touching the window, instead of being up here, I just have to go down here to do a sill. That extra $3 I charge to deep clean a sill is well worth it because I'm already there.
It's 8 o'clock.
Now I'm increasing that, right? I'm increasing what I'm making. And that's what we're talking about. That's the money thing. Add-on services are great. Now, very, very big warning for add-on services is don't go crazy. Don't add on things that aren't in the realm of what you do. What I mean by that is that sometimes people go, well, I could make money by doing this. I could, make vinyl letters. It's like, well, yeah, but that's not really what you're doing. That's such a small thing now. In order to have that equipment, that doesn't make sense. If you got a couple commercial properties that need new letters, it's not worth buying hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars in equipment. Right? Well, I could if I was picking up poop, I could clean the windows and then pick up poop. Yes. But those two things don't go together when it comes to thinking of the tech or the person that's doing it. If you're cleaning my windows, you need to be clean. I can't have you do both, right? So be very, very smart and not going too far, but sticking to the services that are kind of in that wheelhouse. And again, all that makes a lot of sense when you look at it kind of from afar, really, right? Add-on services are great. Don't get too far. We're talking about raising the average ticket price, which in turn makes us more money, right? Add-on services, kind of a simple one, sort of. But another really simple one that is the most uncomfortable and hardest piece of this whole puzzle is raising prices. Raising prices is tricky because it's uncomfortable to everybody. Unless you've been doing it as frequently or you just know that as soon as Jan 1 hits, it happens, raising prices are something that I will guarantee 100% of you are not doing right. You're not doing it the way it should be. And I don't know anything, so don't let me be the one to lecture you. That's not what's going on. But every year, more than every year, prices go up on everything. The dollar goes down, the value, and prices go up. Everything costs more. Your insurance costs more. Your employees are getting raises. Your fuel for the trucks is going up. The insurance for the trucks and the truck payments. And then all of a sudden, when I started, I could buy a truck for like 10 grand, a used truck that was really nice. And now I can't buy a truck under 40,000. That's nice, right? The whole world's changed, but a lot of us don't increase our price. They're like, well, we've been doing them forever, Mrs. Jones. It's really an easy job. Yes, but if the dollar has changed, right? So a dollar from 10 years ago is now worth, say, 90 cents, and you didn't raise prices. That job just dropped by 10%. You're making 10% less than you did then. No, I'm making the same amount. No, you're making 10% less because the dollar doesn't go there, right? This is why back in the day you could buy a house for $7,000 or whatever from Sears Roebuck catalog, right? You can't do that now because the value is different. These are exaggerated timelines, I get, but the idea is still there that you have to increase prices. Now, everything that you do, if you like, well, I did it for Miss Jones, I charge her $2.99, that's a good price, she's been a customer forever, yes. But also, you did it for $2.99, and then you did it for $2.78, and then you did it for $2. Your prices are not going down. She's paying more for everything else. It's got to be paying more for yours also. And incoming pricing has to be increased. The whole, well, I charge $5 per pane inside and outside thing might have worked 10 plus years ago, but that's not the prices now, right? If your prices are $10 a pane, maybe you're like, well, you know what? We're actually at $11 a pane because that gets our hourly back. Okay, now every new customer that comes in when you're bidding is at $11 a pane instead of that 10. You're not saying, well, yesterday was 10, don't worry, but now it's 11. You're just changing the price. I have up on my wall something from like the 1960s, maybe, a receipt for window cleaning. And this window cleaning receipt was like $1.32 or something. Like, that's not even the price of one window, and that was the entire ticket, right? Prices change. You have to change prices too. You have to change your incoming, you have to change your existing. You have to do that. There is no other way for you to continue to make comparable to what you did make in the same kind of, world. You have to increase prices. And one of the ways that I increase prices that I think makes it kind of a lot easier is that when you raise prices once a year, you stay with the pricing. You stay with the average, you stay with the whatever, and a customer does not think that all of a sudden I'll give you an example. I'm going out. But if you do a job for $100 and you did it for 10 years and now you're like, the job needs to be $200 and you go to them and go, hey, I'm sorry, we got to raise your price to $200. They're going to instantly say no. Not because the price went up, but because the price doubled. What? Now, if every year I rose their price by 2% above inflation, that's a whole different story. 2% above inflation? Yeah. I'm connecting it to inflation because if inflation is higher, which we had a 9% inflation year, that means every one of you lost money. All of a sudden, now you look at it and go, okay, that makes sense, right? 2% above inflation is easy to translate to the customer, but it also allows you to earn the money that needs to be earned. You have to increase prices. It sucks and it's uncomfortable when you first start, but it's absolutely not. And every other thing you've ever bought in your entire life's gone up. Everything. And all of a sudden you think your service is like, no, I'm not going to. That's not how the world works. Okay, real quick. Don't go anywhere yet. I am a rep for windowcleaner.com. And the way I make money is by putting orders in for people. Shameless plug, I know, but it works. It'll get people to call. And there's hundreds of you that buy from me every week. And I really just genuinely am so grateful for those people who do. And I'm glad. Some people are like, hey, man, I love the show. I want to give back. Awesome. Just put an order in with me. I don't have Patreon. We don't do that. If you place an order with me, it costs you nothing extra, but I get credit for it. And I can continue to live. So I appreciate that. Shameless plug does work. It's a lot of times, but my number is 862-312-2026. Call me, text me, even better because I'm on the phone all the time. And let me know what I can get ordered up for you. Plus, you get free gifts with me. You get, obviously, your free shipping and fitment and all the good stuff. Sales, discount codes, anything we have, I can hook you up with. So, also, if you haven't yet, I'm telling you about the American Window Cleaner magazine because it's amazing. I own the magazine, and maybe I'm partial. But awcmag.com, go get a subscription. It's like $69. It's phenomenal. Just like Jobber's phenomenal. I talk about that all the time. That's a CRM that does absolutely everything. There's a link in the comments for 20% off something. I'm going to get into it, but it's insanely awesome. So go and get that. Anyway. So we talked about speed and add-ons and raising prices, but what about wasted time? Wasted time is huge, and a lot of people don't think they're wasting time. I'm going to tell you something. You are wasting time. Most of us really don't think that we are, but we absolutely are. And I'll tell you of that, like a good reason to kind of justify that. But it's that if you have any time that it rains, any time that you guys get done at, say, like 3:30, things went fast or whatever, and you don't have things to fill that, you're wasting time. It's just that simple. Wasting time. And there's only so much time in a year. Now, this is a weird concept I'm going to try to use one of my dumb analogies for, but if yesterday was the 17th, we'll say, whatever. If you get rain on the 17th of October and you didn't work, you never get the 17th of October 2025 back. So when you're looking at that, you're like, well, yeah, but we just kind of push everybody to, okay, so you didn't lose the work, you lost the day. You lost the capability to make the money in that day. Well, yeah, but it was raining. Right. Did it rain all day? Most of the time, no. Sometimes, yes. But what can you do in the rain? Storefronts. You can do, if it's not raining, say they cancel because it's going to rain, or it rains for an hour and then stops, you got the whole rest of the day. What about outs? You don't need somebody home for that. You don't need somebody home for gutter cleaning. What I'm talking about is a float board. And I've kind of talked about a float board a few times and kind of put that out there, but the float board's huge. The float board is basically a whiteboard that we put that has all the jobs that have no need for a person to be there. If you're doing ins and outs, they got to be there. You can't put them on the float board. Because then you can call and be like, hey, we're going to be over at your place. And they're like, we're not home. But I can do outs. I can do gutters. I can do house washes. I can do concrete cleaning if I got pressure washing stuff, or roof cleaning. There's so many services that you do that don't need the customer there. I would say that that's probably right. So put them on a float board. A float board is so simple. It's when somebody calls and they're like, hey, I just need my outs done. You give them a price. And they have, say, casement crank-out style windows, right? Something simple outs, a gutter cleaning. Like, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you on the float board. That means you have the next available appointment. You are first in line. As soon as a spot opens up, we get you done. We always leave an envelope so you know that we're there. 100% satisfaction guarantee absolutely carries over. Even if we're there or not, you see it, blah, blah, blah. You've heard me kind of spiel this before. But what this does now is, and by the way, on that type of customer, I'll keep a card on file just so that I'm not trying to track down my money later. But what that does now is, okay, that may be this week, that may be next week, right? You are not going more than 2 weeks without a slot opening up somewhere. Someone's going to have a reschedule. Someone's going to have something come up. Someone is going to have a truck that's not necessarily on the roads. And yes, sometimes people like to get done early, but what if instead of ending at 3:30, you pick up a $299 gutter job and you go do that because it takes you an hour? Now you filled the day up and you just made another $300 instead of wasting that time. Everything in business is efficiency. Your time is efficient, your schedules are efficient, your guys are efficient, your speeds are efficient, your gear is efficient. It's all about efficiency. That's the main thing in business. And if you're not filling your day, then you're not necessarily being efficient. Float board will help with that. Absolutely will help with that. And so many people, when they're doing this, they put it out there and they're like, well, you know, we had a lot of rain this spring, you know, so our spring wasn't great. Okay. Did you do everything you could to help that? Like, no, they just reschedule. Okay. If you're busy and you're 3-4 weeks out, someone reschedules, they get put in 3 or 4 weeks out. 100% satisfaction guarantee and rain guarantee are there to help that schedule go. I will always put them on the end. I'm not going to find, oh, it's raining today, don't worry, I'll try to fit you in tomorrow. No, I'm putting you on the end because I don't want you to reschedule. Rain does not dirty windows. Before you send me an email or a text and be like, yes, it does. It does not. Rain is pure, just like a pure water system. There's dirt on the windows before you clean them, and if it hasn't rained in a long time and then the rain comes down, then that starts to dry into droplets, which is concentrating the dirt that's already on the glass that's now in the water, and then when the water goes off, the dirt is there and it looks like spots and it's from the rain. But it's not from the rain, it's from the dirt that's already there. So if you clean the windows and the rain hits them, there's nothing to get into the droplets. Rain does not dirty windows. That's why a 7-day rain guarantee for all of you who don't do that and go, well, that's nuts. It's not nuts. It's literally just to help you so that people don't reschedule. Anyway, that's for a whole other thing. But put it out there. Put it out there, get that float board so you can fill the time, and understand that if you have the 17th of October, you will never, ever get the 17th of October, 2025 back. Which, by the way, what is that? Friday. Should have checked to see if it was like a Sunday or something, but you'll never get it back. Either you make as much money as you can that day, or you don't get it back. And when you're looking at these guys that are doing, huge money every year, millions of dollars, and you're like, well, how are they? They're efficient. They fill their days absolutely. Well, there might be traffic, or we like to end at 3 every day because then if it rains, we have a spot for. Why would you do that? Fill your days, be absolutely efficient, have a float board for the rain. Have a float board. If somebody is on there that is, say, a push for even next year stuff, now you have a reason to do it, right? Understand you need to be as efficient as possible with the time you're given on this planet. And the time you're given is only 8-10 hours a day. As it goes into winter, it's less because the sun all of a sudden is dark at 4, which sucks. Daylight savings time is like on the horizon. Be efficient. Floatboard does that. Floatboard's a very, very easy one. How much does a whiteboard cost? Like $20? Yeah. And the last way to make more money is not even making more money in production or COGS or any of it. It's cutting costs. Now, one of the things that I think is huge is you have some trimming you can do. Now, when you look at what can be trimmed or what could be cost or whatever, I do this twice a year, or did with my company twice a year. And when you really look at the numbers, if you can keep your finger on the pulse, which takes a lot, but if you can really, really, really know your numbers, and as you guys know, I beat that like a dead horse. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Numbers don't die. You know my whole phrases. But if you can know those numbers, then you can see, okay, what did we do that can be cut or changed? What can we change to get costs? And I'll tell you, whenever I do, every 6 months, cut costs, I save thousands a month by doing that. Now, mind you, the bigger companies, it's easier to say. But I'm talking about stuff as simple as like, okay, we just can look at internet providers real quick. We can look at insurance once a year and see what we're paying. We can look at, what's this vehicle? We have this protection plan. I guess we don't really need that. Right. My dumpster comes every week, but it's not leaf season, so I don't need them every week. All these little things. I mean, even if you save it from a few $100s a week, that adds up. We're talking about profits now and us making more money in the company. But you have to kind of know that type of thing. You have to kind of see where it is, see what's going on, know what it is. Now, the other side is that there are certain things that are fixed. There are not something you're ever going to change in price. Just not. Right? Obviously, you're always going to pay people to do the work. You're always going to have certain people in play, but you're also going to have, say, SEO. Right? You guys know SEO is the absolute best thing you could possibly do for your company, but you got to use the right guy, which I haven't talked about Justin Monk in a while. I know I've gotten like 4 calls this week on people who just started using him. So friggin' awesome. He's amazing. Anyway, that's beyond the point. Monk SEO, if you really are looking for a good company, yeah. Anyway, I don't have a link for them or anything, but I've known Justin forever. He's done amazing stuff for me, and I know he's legit, so check that. But side note on all of that, when you have something like that, it's a payment. It's there. Maybe you have truck payments. Truck payments are there, right? Maybe you have certain things that you know are going to be there. You're just not going to change, or you're not going to have. It's just cost of doing business. You have workers' comp. You should always check your rates once a year and see what else is out there, but it's always going to be price. Like there's certain things you just can't work and do what we do for free. You can't, but you can do it right. There's so many pieces, and this does not just like, oh, it's looking, yeah, it looks good. I don't know what I can. You didn't look hard enough. You didn't look hard enough. If you spend less, that means you keep more. Well, yeah, but I need the deductions. Yes. Do you not know how deductions work? I get this all the time too. Well, I just do it. It's a deduction. Oh. Do you know what a deduction does? Is it drops the amount of your total income, and if your total income's changed, then the percentage you pay on that changes. So if you spend $1,000 worth of bills, your deduction on $1,000 is it drops your total by $1,000, which means the percentage you pay in like self-employment tax and all that, and those taxes is less. So what are you paying? 15%. So you save 15% of 1,000. That means you just cut $150 off of your taxes. And you spent, 15. You spent $1,000 to save $150. I am bad at maths. If anybody knows me, you know that. But that doesn't make sense to me. Now, deductions are absolutely crucial, but what a deduction is that things you're buying for the business anyway get written off under the business. That makes sense. But spending $1,000 to save $150 doesn't make sense. So don't think of it as like I need the deduction. Think about it as in I need to classify a purchase that I have to make as a deduction, right? So when you're looking at these things, it's like I would rather save $1,000 than $150, right? So yeah, don't use the deduction thing, but cut costs. I am not talking about laying off half the people so we can have robots. That's not it. Just look at what you're spending. We all have money spending. You may be spending hundreds, thousands of dollars a month on things. You have a little bit of trim in there, I'm guessing. And even if you look and you're like, man, I'm running super efficient. I only cut off like $48 a month. And yeah, but guess what? You know, right? If you guys have been talking to me for a long time, I beat the numbers thing up. Know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers. Numbers don't lie. $100 is $100, right? $100 versus negative $100 is a big difference. Anyway, all right, I'm off my high horse for now. But anyway, if you are awesome, if you are one of the cool kids, which I know you want to be one of the cool kids, if you're not already, if you order from me, you instantly become a cool kid. So let me know what I can get you. 862-312-2026. Literally every order you have, I want to put the order in. I want to help you any way I can too. Shoot me a text, ask me questions, but also let me know what I could have for show ideas. But it's 862-312-2026. That's my cell phone. Text me. Be awesome. Also, what are you doing? Go get a subscription to the AWC magazine. Yes, you're going to have a paper magazine about window cleaning come to your house. That means you're that elite that you have a magazine. Like, this is our college. Even if you suck up a little thing, or even if you just take the sticker sheet out of there, it's worth it. Custom stickers, amazing articles written every month to your door, cool pictures. It just keeps your brain in the whole window cleaning thing. It's very easy for us to kind of get burnt out. So anyway, go get that. Jobber's in there too. And I talked about Monk. Monk's awesome. Anyway, if you have any questions on anything, please do let me know. Either way, until next week, hopefully you go out there and make more money. But more importantly, hopefully you go out there and be epic.